Noah's Ark and the Great Flood. Long ago, in the early days of the world, people began to turn away from what was right. Violence, corruption, and selfishness filled the earth. The goodness that once existed had slowly faded, and the world had become a place of chaos and wrongdoing. But among all the Nas, there was one man who was different. His name was Noah. He was faithful, honest, and walked with God. God saw the condition of the world and was deeply grieved by what humanity had become. But when he looked at Noah, he saw righteousness and obedience. Because of Noah's faith, God chose him for a special purpose. God spoke to Noah and gave him a message that would change everything. He told Noah that a great flood would come to cleanse the earth of its corruption. God then gave Noah a clear and unusual command. He told him to build a massive ark, a great boat that would protect him, his family, and animals from the coming flood. The instructions were detailed and specific. Noah was to build the ark strong and large enough to survive what was about to happen. At that time, there was no sign of rain or flood. The command may have seemed strange to others, even impossible. But Noah did not question God's instructions. He trusted him completely. While others continued living without concern, Noah began building the ark with faith and determination. This was the beginning of a journey that would test Noah's patience, trust, and obedience. Even when others may have doubted or mocked him, Noah continued, believing that God's word would come true. The flood. As time passed, the ark was finally completed. Then God gave Noah another command. He told him to bring his family into the ark along with pairs of animals, male and female of every kind. Birds, livestock, and creatures of the earth all came to the ark. It was a powerful moment as life from every part of creation gathered together. Once everything was inside, God shut the door of the ark. Then something incredible began to happen. The sky grew dark, clouds gathered, and rain began to fall. At first, it may have seemed like a normal storm, but it did not stop. The rain continued day and night, growing stronger with each passing moment. Water began to rise across the earth, rivers overflowed, and the earth was slowly covered. The floodwaters kept rising higher and higher, covering hills, trees, and eventually even the tallest mountains. Everything outside the ark was consumed by the water. The world as it once was had completely changed. Inside the ark, Noah and his family were safe. The animals remained with them, protected from the storm outside. The ark floated on the surface of the waters, carried by waves and wind. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into many days as the rain continued to fall. Through it all, Noah remained faithful. He trusted that God would keep his promise. Even in the middle of uncertainty, surrounded by endless water, Noah believed that God was in control. His obedience had become his protection. Conclusion. After many days, the rain finally stopped. Slowly, the waters began to go down. The ark came to rest on solid ground as the earth began to appear again. Step by step, the world started to return to calmness. The storm had passed, and a new beginning was near. Noah waited patiently until the earth was ready. When the time came, God told Noah to leave the ark with his family and all the animals. As they stepped out, they saw a fresh world before them. It was a new start, a new chance for life to grow again. Then God made a promise. He placed a rainbow in the sky as a sign of his covenant. The rainbow became a symbol that he would never again destroy the earth with a flood. It was a reminder of mercy, hope, and a new beginning for humanity.
Noah's story teaches a powerful lesson about faith and obedience. Even when something seems impossible or unclear, trusting God can lead to protection and purpose. Noah did not follow the crowd, he followed what was right. In life, we are often faced with choices just like Noah. We can follow what everyone else is doing, or we can choose faith even when it is difficult. The story reminds us that obedience brings protection and faith leads to a greater purpose. Just as the rainbow appeared after the storm, it reminds us that no matter how difficult life becomes, hope always follows, and those who remain faithful will always find a way forward.